Presenting the dazzling new Desire, the best and beyond.
And that is pretty much the Gujarat Titans side. Let's get reactions on what we make of their overall performance. Sriram?
Yeah, I think they've done really well. It's one of the teams that had one of the better auctions. They've covered all bases. They've got that like-for-like replacement for David Miller, which I thought was a hole. They've got Surfin Rutherford. They've got a right and a left-hand option in whichever way they want to go. Sai Kishore is a fantastic addition. They RTM'd him. So, again, a very, very good finger spinner to complement Rashid Khan. They've also got Washington Sundar. So, they've got the ball turning both ways, along with the magic of Rashid Khan, and they've got an experienced pace bowling attack. Kutsia is a great backup for Rabada.
All right, I'm going to bring the 12s that Dustin and me worked and tried to put together, and Matt can perhaps help us with this as too, Tom, because we're trying to think whether Shafin Rutherford's a number 4 in this team, or is Washington Sundar a 4? I mean, those positions are all flexible. The way I saw this, Matt, was Gill and Butler certainly at the top. Sai has batted 3, even though Shubman and Sai forged a pretty good partnership towards the end of last season. So we've gone 1, 2, 3 there. Then I look at the other 4 players in one bunch: Rutherford, Washington Sundar, Shah Rukh Khan and Tewatia, depending on situations. I'm happy with both Rashid Khan and Arshad Khan as all-rounders, and even though that's Arshad batting at number 8 or 9, I think Rashid at 8, Arshad at 9, Rabada, Prasidh Krishna, Mohammad Siraj. Take me through that one from your point of view, Matt.
Yeah, it looks a really strong side to me. I think Gujarat have probably had the best auction out of anyone personally. I think they did really good work in the retentions, first of all. I think to have got Sai Sudas and Shah Rukh Khan and Tewatia for the total outlay of 16.5 crore for those 3 players was, I don't know how they managed to convince them that was all they were worth, but I think that was great business, and they got some big names in early yesterday in Butler, Siraj, Rabada and Prasidh Krishna, and have filled it up really nicely with role players as well. I think, we've not got, for example, Sai Kishore in that 11 who they write to match today. But I think he's a really good option for, when they play, for example, Chennai away, or when they play on other pitches that they might expect to turn. I wouldn't be surprised to see Glenn Phillips get a go at some point, potentially as well, in the middle order. They don't particularly lack for left-handers, so I think, he could potentially replace Rutherford in that starting, or in that 12 that we've suggested there. Mahapal Lomror is a good option as well. I think they've just got a really, really solid squad, in my opinion, where they, even if a couple of players aren't in the best form at the start of the season, they've got reinforcements who will be ready to go off the bench.
Yep, Tom, take it away.
Yeah, look, I think I agree. I think they've had an excellent auction, good first day, and backed it up again today. They've seemed to have everything covered. They've got a lot of experience in the likes of Rabada and Butler as early additions. They got the depth of pace bowling with Krishna and Mohammad Siraj, so they've got a quality pace bowling attack. They've got a quality spin bowling attack. I see if they're going to play Washington Sundar, they're basically looking at him as a pure batsman. So whether it's Lomror or Sundar there at that position at 5, I think Shafin Rutherford is showing that he's more than capable of batting at 4, but I'd probably imagine he's going to be more sort of suited at 5 towards the back 10 overs of the game. But again, he's a great like for Miller, who they've had a lot of success with in their first 3 years. So they've ticked every box. They've got a nice balance there, and they've got plenty of options, depending on the conditions.
I think one of the things that they used Shah Rukh Khan to convince him to stay at 4 crores was going to bat at 4. Okay. Because towards the the later half of the last season, they batted him at 4, and he got a 58 RCB as well in Bangalore. So one of the carrots that they dangled was that you're going to be a permanent number 4.
Yeah, and that may be something that
Rutherford,
makes sense, in fact.
Yeah, that could be Rutherford or Phillips at number 5 then. Yeah, possibly. I think also it would be interesting to see, on the subject of sort of pitches, what they ask the Ahmedabad crew to put together, because the kind of bowlers they have, if they get a pitch that gives them some bounce, that's going to really favour them, I think, because Prasidh, Rabada and Siraj would all be bowlers, I think, who would like a bit of seam movement and bounce early with the new ball.
Out of 10, let's get everyone's thoughts in. Dustin?
8.5.
Sriram?
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5. Tom, for Gujarat?
9.
Matt?
I'll give him a 9 as well.
Yeah, I'm happy to give them a 9.5. Wow. Just for Butler, who I said is going to be the most expensive overseas player, and they proved me right.
Presenting the dazzling new Desire, the best and beyond.